The stream is on.
Yeah, I fixed the other guy's overpowered pistol. I changed it. But anyway, besides that,
Hello, people of the internet.
yes,
I am a human.
I am human as well.
I wish I was Kenku. Or Cobalt. I mean, it wouldn't change my height very much, but
You're not wrong.
they're like 3 and 4 feet tall, and I'm just here, just a 5'4", just like, I feel so short. Why?
Yeah.
I'm not a midget, but everybody calls me short, anyways.
All right. We ready to start?
Yeah.
Okay. So last we left off.
When did you get here, Cinnamon?
What?
Just squeaked at me. I'm sorry. Go on.
So last we left off, you were awarded. Well, you were kind of thrown a party for saving the gate from being burnt down, which, if you don't remember, was caused by you as well. But we don't talk about that.
Being honest, though.
Yeah. Then everybody got drunk celebrating your victory. And
against a great fire.
Yeah. That you caused. But you woke up and you started walking toward the bounty board. And that's where we left off.
Alrighty. What bounties are there?
So as you walk over to the bounty board is empty, and you see the kind of clerk, whatever lady you want to call her, the worker. She's replacing the bounties, and she has a couple sheets in her hands. Hello?
I'll, gesture to ask for them.
So she kind of looks at you, and she's like, all right, here, you want to take a look at these? And she just kind of hands you the stack of papers. And she says, well, when you're done with them, just hang the rest of them on the board. And she sets like a handful of thumbtacks on a table next to you.
All right. I'm gonna look through them. What quests are there?
So the first one you see, entertain a group of nobles for a party and provide music. Reward 1,000 gold pieces. The second one you see, stop a swarm of vesps from invading. Fire mage are preferred.
Wait.
Anything that can attack multiple foes is also preferred.
A swarm of what?
Vesps.
Can you write that in the chat so I can actually properly look at it?
Yeah.
Because I don't know if I'm mishearing you or not, but I think you're saying vest.
For fuck's sake.
I can't hear. Oh.
There we go.
That's what you mean.
And the reward is the teeth of the vesps. They're very valuable, and they can be used in the crafting of potions. The third quest, assist an adventuring party in exploring the Shadow Forest. There is no reward. It just says, it's just like a handwritten note.
I'm interested in that one.
The fourth quest is help with construction around the city. The reward is a weapon from the blacksmith. It's a custom weapon made by the blacksmith. And quest 5, security detail for a convoy of goods. Reward 100 gold pieces.
Yeah, I don't think a bard would be very good.
You can choose between any of those quests, and you can rehear them if you'd like.
What was the one I said I was interested in? Because I've already forgotten because I'm stupid.
Quest 3, assist an adventuring party in exploring the Shadow Forest.
Let's go with that one, and I'll put all the other ones up with the little thumbtacks, and then keep the thumbtacks.
For fuck's sake.
Mine.
Already going there.
I'm
So
like,
that's the one you want to choose?
yeah, I'm like the rogue of a bard.
Like a what?
The rogue of a bard.
The rogue of a bard? I don't
Say it again. The rogue of a bard.
I don't get what you mean, but you know what? We'll go with it. So, the note says that anyone who accepts the quest will meet them at the edge of town at dusk.
All right. I guess I'll put it back up for other people to find and go find these people.
So, you exit the guild hall, right?
Yep. Make sure the other dude is following me. I don't remember his name still. I didn't ask.
He's following you around like a little duckling because he doesn't know what to do.
I control a god.
I control it. So, you go and find the meeting place, right?
Yep. And we're just gonna sit there for the entire day.
Oh, God.
It's just these two kangaroos with that dead look, like the head cocked halfway to the side, just there, just.
So, as you start to leave, you hear the other Kenku, I'm hungry.
I'm gonna whip around. And 1 sec, I gotta check something.
You spin around and smash his face into a pile of bread.
Yeah,
He's getting a loaf of just a baguette and just.
1 sec, I gotta see if the diplomat's pouch has rations, and I'm just gonna shove it in his mouth. I do.
What the fuck?
Diplomats. One sec, sorry. I've gotta see. Rations. Rations. Do they have rations?
He starts to turn around and walk back inside.
I'm gonna grab him by the collar and shove a ration up his face.
You have a ration?
Yeah, I would grab like a ration out of my pocket.
A ration. I like how you don't specify what it is, just a ration.
Just like grab like a ration, just like pry open his beak and shove it in his mouth and turn around and start walking away.
Just some cornbread. You just grab it and just shove it in his mouth. He's just like choking on like
I'm just like slowly walking away.
he manages to not die.
He put bugs in him.
Oh, God. Why would you do this?
Because
He put bugs in him.
Stop, please.
never.
So, he catches up to you. He's kind of like upset, but he's also not because he got fed.
I fed him a dinosaur.
What?
I don't know at this point.
I don't know either. So, you start approaching the gate, which is, well, the gate isn't seared, but the ground is kind of singed with black grass all over because you burnt it. And you see, like, two other adventurers. You see a man and a woman. Not even, they're like teenagers. They look like they're 16. They're both humans. And one
I
of them,
am 17. I am superior.
I am superior. And they both have on like no gear. Like they've got just like leather armor and just like like short swords.
I have a leather armor and a flute.
Yes. The ultimate weapon, the flute.
I am still superior.
So they immediately run up to you and they basically just flag you down. They stop you and they're like, "Did you come and accept our quest?"
I'm just gonna just like nod slowly.
You just hear telepathically, "Yee."
Just accept quest?
Yes.
Yes.
You hear telepathically just, "Yes."
Can I
I'm not talking to you. Yes.
yes.
I believe you.
One second, one second, one second, one second, one second, one second.
Oh God. Come on. Oh no. This game just what? What the fuck?
Okay, I believe you.
All right.
I'm making a playlist for like stuff that my Kenku can say randomly.
Yes. So, they acknowledge that you're accepting the quest. So, they ask if there's anybody else that is coming.
I'm just gonna shrug.
And they say, "Well, we could work with this many people." And then the other Kenku shrugs.
I'm just gonna like look at the other Kenku and be like,
And they say, "Let's go." And as you turn and look at like where they're going, you see the sun is kind of like it looks about approaching noon, and the sun is starting to reach its peak. And the forest that they're walking to has trees, very dense trees, and it's completely black on the other side of like the thicket. So like once it goes like 20 feet in, it's just completely black.
Okay, I believe you.
Oh no! No! Oh god!
I'm gonna start using all the Kingdom Hearts memes.
Stop. So you see that this is not an ordinary forest.
Duh.
Yeah. So, what do you want to say anything or?
Yes, so I kind of just
Yes.
that's all I need to say.
And with that, they go.
Just kind of like okay.
They're kind of
whatever.
eagerly marching into the forest, and they say, "Well, we've never been into the Shadow Forest before.
I'm
We've
just
always
gonna
been and exploring, but the locals, everyone tells us not to go in because, it's deadly."
never,
What?
never,
No?
never, never, never,
No?
never, 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 never.
Oh, all right, we get it. So the guy kind of slides back and kind of starts walking next to the other Kenku, and the girl kind of sits and walks next to you, and she kind of asks, "So, what brings you to our party?"
Uh, 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 uh,
She just kind of looks really confused.
I'm gonna point at my beak again. Just I can't talk. I can't talk. Help.
The other Kenku sees you struggling and just kind of beams a thought into her head. She can't speak.
I'm gonna pull out the notebook and just like start like open it up and just like try and have her guide me as I like write in it. Like
You know what it does, right?
kinda. You told me, kinda.
It writes down your thoughts.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So you pull out the notebook and you start to write in it. So just kind of communicate.
Do you just want me like to say what I'm writing?
Yeah.
I died and then I came back to life because of him, and now I'm doing stuff and I don't know why. Please help. Otherwise, yeah, I'm just here because I need money.
She kind of looks at you, concerned. He says, "We didn't have any money to offer."
I can sell things.
She kind of looks even scared. She kind of looks scared now. She's like,
Not you or anything a part of you, like monster stuff, like wolf pelts or goblin ears or something. Whatever like potion makers want.
So she says, "Yeah, we plan on collecting some loot from the monsters we kill in here, if we find any, which hopefully we don't. They're scary."
I mean, if we do, I think we'll be okay, considering we have him, but
We have him.
I don't know what to refer to him as, because I don't know his name.
So you guys have already begun walking into the forest, and it just kind of went from sunny day to darkness. It's almost like pale moonlight when you walk in. You hear crickets and frogs, and you hear like rustling in the leaves as like stuff moves around, like a fully nighttime setting. And then
Out.
you just what?
Out.
Out?
Yeah, in my mimicry, I'm gonna say out.
You just turn around and start marching back.
Not really, but out as, and then I'm gonna write down sunlight.
Moonlight, sunrise. So
God, sunlight?
the girl looks and says, "Yeah, the forest, that's why they call it the Shadow Forest, is because it has an enchantment over it that makes sunlight not peek through. Only a certain amount of light gets through."
We're going to die. All confidence, but before I think we'll be fine. We're going to die.
So you
Just
guys
like all on
walk,
the same page. I think we'll be fine. We got the other Genku. We're going to die.
so you guys have walked about 20 to 30 feet in already. And you
Just
see
repeat.
kind of, what?
By the way, on the paper, it's just like repeatedly, like on the paper, it's slowly forming. We're going to die. We're going to die. We're going to die all over the paper.
Oh God. She just kind of like looks away and just kind of like stares straight and just keeps walking.
Just Okay, bad. This is bad.
So as you keep walking, you see in the distance, it kind of looks slightly brighter, like there's a clearing. So as all of you approach this clearing, the enchantment is still active. So as you look up, you don't see a sun, you see a moon.
I'm just like standing there with like my arms out, just like waiting for sunlight, just like, and it's not here.
And it's not here. It's like a sun, but it's like darker and it's blue, kind of a blue shade, like the sun, like moonlight.
just brown feathers turn.
It's not even really there. It's kind of like a tint, like a shadowy tint over the top of the tree line. That kind of tints out the light. So, what?
Go ahead and just keep going. Sorry. Go ahead and just keep going.
So, when you enter this clearing, you see kind of a rock formation. It's kind of about 2 or 3 feet high, and it's got like a hole that kind of goes back into the rock formation, and it looks like a cave that kind of starts going down.
I'm gonna point to it and be like, "Can we go there?"
Here we go there. The other Kenku starts marching in. The other two look pretty hesitant, and they say, "There are rumors that a witch lives in these woods."
I'm just gonna shrug and be like, "Well, if there's a witch, probably good payment for her to be dead."
Yay!
Just the only way to say that, rubbing my fingers together.
Oh God!
Falls out
You're scary.
all pieces. Money.
Money. Why do you do this?
Because I'm a lonely Kenku who needs friends. AKA Bird, why will you take so long? I just Bird. She's a bird. We need to have a completely Kenku group.
Why?
We have Bird, and I'm already a Kenku, so screw it. I can give her a 5-speed.
Yes. So, are you going in this cave too?
Yes. Wait, I'm gonna make sure the other guys are following. If not, I'm just gonna grab the other Kenku's scruff and just drag them back to them. But if they are following, then let's go.
So the other Kenku is kind of submerged in the darkness of this cave, and the other two look hesitant, but they hesitantly follow.
All right, I'm just gonna carefully go in, and I want to check a thing to see how long it lasts, so I can see if I can cast it right now, and they'll have it for a while.
Is it light?
No, it's actually a more important thing. How long does that last?
It better not be prestidigitation.
Fire.
I mean, fire is fire.
All right. I don't have any dark vision. For one, because I'm a Kenku. But it lasts 10 minutes, and I'm going to cast very carefully Bardic Inspiration on all my other teammates.
You're gonna cast Bardic Inspiration?
Yeah, screw you.
How? What will that do exactly?
It adds D6 to ability checks, attack roll, saving throw, and charisma modifiers once of their choice, and it can be after you roll.
Their choice or of your choice?
Of their choice.
Oh.
Whenever they want to use it, they can.
So
But they can only use it once.
did that just take up all your inspiration?
Nope, I still have one left.
Yay!
How?
So the other Kenku is walking through the dark and having no problems at all.
The hell?
The hell? Oh my God.
Wait, did you say the other two are humans?
Yeah.
So none of us can see.
Well, the other Kenku is walking through the dark like he can.
Okay, well, if he has dark vision, that's awesome. None of the rest of us do.
So as he's kind of gaining some distance, he turns around, and you just see glowing green eyes. He turns and he looks and says, "Why are you walking so slow?
I can't see.
What are you talking about? It's bright in here."
Oh my goodness, you really are stupid. I don't have dark vision. You do.
You see his head kind of tilt. What's dark vision?
It means you can see in the dark. It's dark in here for everyone else but you because there's no sunlight or no moonlight.
He looks and he says, "Oh, so that's what that means."
Yes, you have dark vision so you can see perfectly fine. None of the rest of us can see.
He says, "If only there was a way that you could see what I could see."
And you see what I see. I can partially sing.
God damn it.
I swear, I could try.
And what?
Does anyone have a torch?
The man says, "I have a fire starting kit, but there's no kindling around."
Does anybody have a torch?
He's pissed.
Just,
I didn't ask for fire, I asked for light.
We need lights to be able to get the fire for the light, and we need something to light. And does anyone have like an extra piece of clothing or something we can light on fire?
The other Kenku says, "Yeah, here." And he hands you a shirt.
Where did you get this?
He says, "You asked for extra pieces of clothing."
Did you take your shirt off?
He says, "Yeah."
I'm gonna like shove it back into his hands.
He's like, "All right, suit yourself."
Please keep that on. No one wants to see your naked feathers.
No one wants to see your naked feathers. Oh.
I'm sure there was one
Naked feathers. How does that work? Oh, for fuck's sake. This is great.
Don't ask stupid questions, Bryson. Don't do
Stupid questions. Don't you tell me my questions are stupid. My questions aren't stupid. No.
You ask questions that aren't stupid.
Questions are smart. I have smart question.
What?
So he's just kind of standing around. He's just staring at you with his glowing green eyes. So what are we doing now?
None of us have a torch. So let's just keep moving.
He just kind of like looks around. He's like, "All right." So as you keep going further and further in this cave, the Kenku stops and he says, "I hear something."
Do I hear anything?
No.
Just fingers pressed up against like right above the like where the beak connects to the head. Just, what do you hear?
He's stopping. He's looking around very intensely, and then he like relaxes. He's like, "Oh wait, sorry, I was just reading my own mind. It happens sometimes."
How the hell?
People keep making fun of me when I say that. I don't understand. It happens, okay?
Just like immediately just like Palm just gets into that like half sitting position where she's just like her hands are on her knees and she's so confused, just like looking off into space.
He just looks and just shrugs his shoulders. What?
Just confusion.
Confusion. Oh, confusion.
Wait a second, who else have you met before?
Wait, what?
You said other people, whenever you say that, are really like confused. Who else said that?
I don't know.
Uh, get going. Get going, get going, get going, going, going.
Chill, chill. Scared.
Going.
It's dark. Just pokes fun at you. You're blind. You fucking dummy. How could you be blind?
Is there a way to take away my bardic inspiration?
Way to take it away. No, but I mean, that's amazing. That is great.
It's just mockery him. That's how you take it away.
Mockery.
You make him sad. You take away his inspiration.
I grant you the ability of depression.
The ability for depression for 1 minute.
Disadvantage on everything. So, as you keep walking, you hear a fumble behind you. You're like, I fell.
Turn around and blindly pat the walls to try and find the person, and also pat the ground to try and find a person.
This is great.
And try and not hit my beak against the wall.
That's a thing.
I don't want to break my beak.
I don't want to break my beak. My beak.
Maybe.
My beak.
Okay, let's continue with the
What the fuck?
act.
This is great. Oh my god. But hold on. Were you gonna say anything else?
No.
Anyway. So he says, oh, maybe this will help. And he lights his hand starts glowing. The Kenku.
That's a torch!
His hand starts glowing and it glows within like a 30-foot radius of bright light and a 30-foot further. So like a torchlight. And his hand is just glowing.
That is a torch right there. Your hand is a torch. Why didn't you use this earlier? My Lupin voice is coming back again.
He says, I don't know.
Lupin! Lupin! My crazy child's gone.
Oh my god. So you hear something up ahead. You hear it kind of like clanking of rocks, like a clanking of rocks, and then like a pitter patter like feet.
Uh,
And it's going really fast. It's coming closer.
Prepare for battle. Get up.
Prepare for battle. The kangaroo turns around. What? And he gets tackled by a woman.
Oh my goodness! No.
He gets tackled by a hag with really long gray hair and nails that are about 2 inches long. She's thin, extremely thin. And as she looks up, that's the noise she makes when she runs from the darkness. But as the woman looks up at you, she has no face.
Are we in battle now? I
kind of like skin. And
One sec, I'll be right back. I forgot my dice outside my room.
Run.
No, they're literally like feet away. I got my dice.
Okay. So the woman has kind of like craters, like divots in her face where her features are supposed to be. Like where her nose is supposed to be is just like a bulge. Where her eyes are supposed to be just kind of craters. Her mouth kind of, as she opens her mouth, it's just kind of skin covering it.
Oh.
As she opens it, just kind of sucks in.
Well, isn't this a nightmare?
And she starts to make a noise, and the skin just kind of vibrates like a speaker. It's kind of like that, but scarier.
Not a screaming frog, a screaming dog.
More like a screaming wyvern.
Oh.
Scary. And as it releases this kind of screech, you hear more rocks clanking way farther down the cave. Like something is running on gravel.
Can I like wave? Okay, so I have a question.
Yeah.
Can the other two people hear me? Just wanted to make sure that this entire time they've been able to hear me talking in their heads.
Yes. I'm gonna say yeah.
Grab the Kenku and run!
He grabs his gun and he shoots her in the chest. The pistol just does straight 50 damage now, but it cannot kill. It can only put you to 0 HP.
Oh.
So the gun cannot kill at all.
That's not a real gun.
That's not a real gun. That's a useless piece of crap. But it's still droppy to 0 HP though. So as he shoots her, she goes unconscious and just kind of like goes limp. He throws her off and she smashes her head into the wall.
Can I just like go, you suck, and use vicious mockery, and then just like you put her at negative like 1 or something?
Well, in all technicalities, that would kill her.
Yeah. Either way, she's dying. So.
Vicious mockery. Saving throw. Wisdom, right?
Yes.
What's your save DC?
That would be a solid 14.
It passed.
Wait, is that wrong? One sec. I'm sorry. Is that wrong? Because I feel like it's wrong. My charisma is +4, and it's like
it's 8 plus your proficiency plus your spellcasting modifier.
okay, it's right. Gosh dang it, slapper.
Slapper.
I'm just gonna like go up to her and like punch her in the skull.
You punch her in the skull. She's still alive. So the Kenku just casts Eldritch Blast and just fucking. I'm gonna say the AC would be like 12. He gets a 13. What the?
She dead.
He shoots her right in the head. Her head kind of splatters across the wall. It's black. It's just kind of black blood just splattered across the wall.
About how far away can I tell to... If I have to make a perception check, I can. But about how far away is the other assumedly hags at this point?
You're trying to listen, right?
Yes.
All right, so make a perception.
That's a good perception. Holy crap, I got 18 plus 5. That's a 23.
Damn, I was about to say the DC was 18, so.
Okay, real quick. Can we just agree that Lupin's rolls just kind of suck? Like, the entire time, she was just slowly dying, and apparently Palm is the best character ever.
So, from the light of the other Kenku's glowing hand, you see his face just kind of drain. And he looks at you and says, "Run." And you hear them about 50 feet away. He can see 120 feet. He sees them.
How I'm gonna go quickly before we do anything. How fast are they running?
He just grabs your arm. Run!
But I need the items!
I need the items. And he looks at you and says, "Well, I don't want to die."
I don't either, but I want the items. Okay, fine, let's go. It's too late.
He kind of whips out his gun and just fires a shot down the hall, down the cave, like straight down the cave. And as you glance back and you see the bullet kind of like this light beam just kind of down the hallway like a firecracker, or not even like a firecracker, like a bottle rocket with a spotlight attached to it, just kind of fly down this cave. You see 3 of them, 2 on the wall and 1 on the 2 on the walls and 1 on the ceiling, all crawling on all fours. As this light flies by, you just hear as they're just like climbing across the ceiling. It's disgusting.
Run.
Yeah.
We should just run.
The other two humans have already bolted. They're about like 3 or 4 feet ahead of you.
Go. Follow. Run. Go. Now. I back.
They're running a little bit faster than you, so they're gaining distance. So as you run and you approach what?
Currently, Palm's mental state is just okay, run, try to survive, but if I don't survive, it's fine. I'm in back. I've already died once. It's fine.
So as you approach the exit, the other Kenku just kind of throws you out and just shoots the top of the cave, and all the rocks just kind of crumble and cover the hole.
Wait, is he in the cave or?
No, he stepped out, but he threw you further and just shot directly above him and kind of dived out of the way like an action movie star.
Just Palm's just curled up in the fetal position on the floor, making the death crackling noise she heard last in her last life. That noise.
So the other Kenku is just kind of hunched over and he's like, "Oh no." And the other 2 humans have started running. They continued to run into the forest. And all you hear is a short scream and then like it punctured. Like a
Run.
And then the screaming stops.
Remember, they have bardic inspiration. They can do this. They'll survive. Run!
You just hear gurgling.
Run to them!
And then you see almost like a stick, like a long bamboo stick, like kind of stretch out from the trees. And at the end of it is the woman. And it kind of sticks into the ground. And it just kind of, that point that it's stuck in the ground stays. And from the trees rises the other end, which is attached to a spider-like creature.
Oh my goodness, you did not just put it stinking. Oh. It's this. What are they called? I know what they look like. Are those like the stinking dark elf spider things?
Don't know, I just made it up, but if it's a thing, it's a thing.
There's like dark elves that are half spider.
No, this is not that.
Centaur, but they're.
No, this is not that. This is like 20-foot tall spider with legs that just kind of like are giant spears. Basically, if you've ever seen
let's see, what spells do I have?
the Xbox game Limbo, then you know this spider. It's scary.
Let's see, what spells do I have? Oh, hey, I have a dagger. Throw the dagger at the limb.
Throw the dagger.
Throw the dagger at the limb that the lady's attached to. Throw it above where the lady's attached, so if the limb breaks, I break her off.
She's dead.
No! I have. No! She's not dead yet.
Not yet. Not yet. God damn it.
She's not dead. I have healing word and cure wounds. She's not dead.
Healing word. Ah, just let me die.
Never.
From what you can see, she's dead. How about that?
No, she's not. Dagger the heck, and then rapier the heck out of that stinking limb.
So this thing just kind of stands tall, and as this thing stands tall, more of them start springing up.
Let go of her!
And very, very far spread. Like as you see them, they're like 20 foot above the trees, or like foot above the trees, and they're all spread out across, and they're just kind of walking. And then some of them just kind of sit back down.
How thick are the limbs?
They're I'd say about bamboo stick thick.
Like how thick is that? Like 2 inches?
About 2 inches.
And then how sturdy are they?
I don't know, man. So
because I want to cut the one off that has her attached to it and run with her.
Carry her on the end of a stick.
She's not being let go.
So, as this thing stands up fully, it lunges one of its legs at you, and you just see a flash of light, and 2 of the limbs just come falling off because they were shot at the base by the other Kenku.
Was one of the limbs happening to be the one the lady's attached to?
Yes.
Grab the limb with the lady and make sure she's attached.
He shoots at the spider itself, and he hits 2 of the legs off and skims the spider. The spider is critically wounded. It starts to fall.
Grab the lady the best I can and run.
So the other Kenku just kind of coughs up blood and just starts like holding his side with gun in the other. One hand on his side, one hand on the other, coughing blood, just sprinting.
Stinking idiot! Why? Stop firing it!
So he says, "Where's the man?"
You didn't see him?
No. And you just hear like kind of a whimpering.
Where is it coming from?
Behind one of the trees up ahead.
I'm going to point for the other Kenku to go check as I try and scramble to grab the lady, and as I'm holding her, cure wounds, cure wounds, cure.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm going to try to save her.
Combine 3 cure wounds and healing word to greater restoration. Just a giant divine light comes from the sky, just
She
you start shooting fucking rainbow beams out of your mouth, just
I don't have a mouth, I have a beak.
yes.
Just imagine it just like falling on her head trying to save her.
So the other Kenku comes back holding the guy in his arms. He's got a hole straight through his abdomen.
Is he alive?
He is alive, but he's pale and he's bleeding out.
Cure wounds, drop the lady, forget her. Cure wounds!
So you cure wounds, you have double cast, you casting it twice?
Yes.
Are you rolling that or you want me to roll it?
I'm going to roll it if I can find how much it heals for 1 second.
It's a D8 plus spellcaster modifier.
Yeah. Sorry, 1 sec. I'm checking stuff.
Pretty sure. It might be.
Yeah. Spellcasting ability modifier. So isn't that for me like +6? Yeah. Oh. Oof.
+6.
Yeah. Spell ability modifier.
Oh yeah, it is.
Charisma.
You have a +4 in your charisma, right?
Yeah, and then wouldn't be
proficiency. So yeah, go ahead. I was confused. I thought that was the charisma score.
Okay, so that's a 7 + 6, so that's a 13 and a 7. So he's healed for 20.
So the hole in his side just kind of starts to close up, and it forms a scar, but it is healed. And he kind of looks up at you after regaining consciousness.
Just kind of carry him, like pick up the lady very gently, and just like go carry them out. You're not standing, dude. I'm sorry.
Wait, what?
He's not allowed to stand. I am now cleric 101.
Multiclasses into cleric. God damn. So he kind of hoists him over his back, and the Kenku hoists him over his back, and with one arm he has the guy in his arms, and with the other he has his pistol held out. That same hand glowing, ready to fucking.
I'm grabbing the pistol.
Job.
I'm putting the lady over my shoulder and grabbing the pistol. No.
What?
I'm putting the lady over my shoulder and grabbing the pistol out of his hand. No.
So you have the pistol now?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm looking for every now and then my voice will go further out because I'm looking for the D6 I gave my cat and is now missing. All my D6.
So he says, all right, and he just starts looking around up in the air for more of those things.
Yeah, just start heading out the way we came.
He darts his head he looks at you, but he looks kind of past you, and he just grabs you and just kind of throws you into a tree. And as he does so, one of the legs just kind of right into the tree beside you.
Just keep going. It didn't attack us. Keep going.
And then you hear a screech. As you hear the screech, you hear like a pounding on the ground, you hear this kind of pounding.
What did it step on?
It just keeps getting louder and louder. It's like big giant footsteps coming back from where the cave was, coming in your direction.
Run!
The Kenku looks back and he just starts. He's like, that doesn't sound good. He just starts sprinting.
Yeah, start sprinting the best we can with people on our backs as 4 tiny people.
Yes. So as you start sprinting, you hear them kind of rapidly speed up, going. You hear them come in.
I'll be right back. 1 sec. Sorry.
Ah. Yeah, it's great. Sitting in silence during the live stream. Anyway, so we've gotten to the point where the other Kenku has fired his gun. Wasn't it 4 times? 4 is a bad number because if you know anything about exhaustion levels, there's 6 levels of exhaustion. The first, you get disadvantage on ability checks. The second, your speed is reduced to half.
I'm sorry, why is 4 a bad number?
Sorry, I was explaining to the viewers while you were gone, but...
See, Daniel, this is why we don't trust Bryson, right?
All right.
Daniel's here, by the way. He's sitting with me now. Sit down. No, I got things to do. No, you don't. Yes, I do. Let go. Yes, I swear. No, just because I wanted to play D&D doesn't mean I want to play it now. Let go. Join the bird crew. He just fell off my bed.
That was great. So,
join the birds. He's gone.
Are you ready?
Yes.
So you hear them come in sets of 4. The footsteps.
Sprinting the best we can.
So you start sprinting, you can see the light of day. And as you get within like 20 feet, you hear a howl.
All right, I'm going to look back because I have the pistol, so screw this.
You look back and you see 3 sets of glowing eyes, shrouded in darkness.
Can I shoot one of the sets of glowing eyes?
Probably not a good idea, but do you want to?
Yeah, because they'll do something.
Make an attack roll.
Oh boy, I gotta learn how this gun works.
Plus dexterity, because it is a ranged weapon.
Bryson!
What?
Bryson, it's Lupin's back! Lupin doesn't want to stop playing with me!
Oh, was it?
It's a natural 1.
Oh, God.
Lupin hates me for stopping to play. Stop playing with her. She's even creeping back into my voices. She's... You're shooting a gun, right? I'm shooting a pistol. Just like the gun explodes.
No. So you fire the gun and the bullet just kind of, it illuminates the creature. It's a 3-headed hellhound.
Uh-huh.
And it misses. And a kick from the gun, you drop the gun.
Pick it up very, very quickly.
Make a sleight of hands check. If you fail, then the gun gets left behind.
Sleight of hand. Oh, thank goodness for +6. I got a 15.
Total?
Yes.
All right. So you quickly snatch up the gun, and one of the heads kind of snaps down right where you were.
Run.
The other Kenku kind of grabs your arm and just kind of throws you out. He throws everybody out. And then one of the heads snaps him on the shoulder and flings him backwards. He gets thrown further into the darkness, and you lose sight of him.
He's a god. He'll be fine. He has the
He's
cruise.
a god. He'll be fine.
Goodbye, bye.
Wait, what?
He's god! Well, bye-bye now. No.
You got me.
Hey, bye-bye, insane people. I will be back. Here, let me show you it again.
She's gone!
There you go. Don't you love Steven Universe?
Yeah, it's great.
Perfect. He's gone. Bye. I have a new
Great.
friend.
So you the man is kind of still really hurt. He's still like woozy from being almost dead. The woman is in critical condition. You can see she's breathing very, very shallowly.
Okay, healing word on her. Or no, cure wound, sorry.
Cure wounds twice.
Yes, very much so, please.
Double.
Cure wounds her. Let's see here. That's a 9 plus 12. That'd be a 21 to heal.
Total.
Yeah. They are off.
So her wound like seals itself shut, forms a massive scar on both their abdomens. Through her like lower rib, like it hit her in the lung. So it's like up on her chest. And his is like down by his stomach. They both fall unconscious. Oh Jesus. They both fall unconscious, but they're alive.
Alright. As long as they're not going to die, then they'll be fine.
Now, to the problem at hand.
Just looks back at the forest. Well, he's dead.
You don't see him coming out, and you can't see into the darkness.
Prepare the pistol, and I guess I will have more levels of exhaustion.
Are you going back in?
Yep.
So, as you step in, the spell kind of warps around you, and you can see into the darkness, almost as if it's dim moonlight. And you see the Kenku kind of dodging and weaving and jumping behind trees as this hellhound just kind of snaps trees in half with its jaws and just just like swipes them to the side with his paws.
Can I like aim at him but be like stealth and then shoot so that he doesn't like see where it's coming from?
So just attack with advantage then, because it's stealth.
Woo!
Actually, roll stealth first. I would like you to roll.
Roll stealth. Oh boy. My stealth's a +6. Oh boy. That's a 15. Oh boy.
Total?
Yeah.
Oh God, that's horrible.
I'm sorry. My stealth's a +6 and I got a 9. Lupin seriously is trying to fight back.
But you still pass. So, go ahead and roll the attack with advantage.
Okay, one sec. I'm turning my fan up. Because Daniel's now hanging out in my room, so it's becoming burning hot. And Daniel, get away from my bed.
Is it hot in here? Or is it just Daniel?
I got a natural 20. Am I hot or am I hot? Bright
Stop.
natural 20.
Oh boy. So you line up your shot perfectly and you shoot and you pierce all 3 heads.
Oh boy. So it does like 100 damage?
Yeah. So it's dead. It falls to the ground. All its heads just kind of like noodles.
That's a bad way of playing it. Because now I just see like it's now it's spaghetti. It's turned to spaghetti.
So the other Kenku is extremely hurt.
I'm gonna like wave, get out, let's get out if you come up, let's go.
He runs over and he kicks the thing in the head and then he runs.
Let's run out. Escape.
So both of you exit the Shadow Forest and the Kenku just kind of collapses. He's just having none of it.
I'm gonna like, with my 2 levels of exhaustion, I'm going to grab his shoulder, and just like slowly drag him over to the humans, and then just like throw him, and then fall over.
Everybody had a great time.
We're all dying.
He's just kind of face down in the grass. And he immediately, like, suddenly his head just kind of jolts up. And he reached over, he slaps his hand on his pistol, and yanks it out of your hands.
I'll be okay with this and fall. I'm gonna fall forward so that my beak like burrows into the ground and just like fall asleep that way.
Suffocates to death. He slips it back in his holster, and he just sleeps.
I imagine we're going to wake up in a cleric's temple where they're all screaming as they think we're dead.
So is this long rest?
Yes, sleep as long as we can.
Fuck yes, he's long resting as well. And if you know how exhaustion works, it at the 4th level of exhaustion, your maximum HP is cut in half.
Ha. Like forever?
No, until it comes off.
Ha.
So, but the pistol's exhaustion levels wear off after a
24
long
hours.
rest. No, I'm gonna say after a long rest. Like in D&D, that doesn't make really sense to me. Like if you have like 4 levels of exhaustion, you take like a long rest, and you're still exhausted. You just took a power nap.
I mean, if you stayed up for 4 nights straight.
Yeah, but then you gain exhaustion levels if you don't sleep.
Yeah, but if you stayed up for 4 nights straight in real life.
And then you slept, I'd be feeling better than fucking ever.
But then you'd still be tired because you haven't slept. You've only slept for like 24 hours after not sleeping for that'd be 96 hours?
Jesus, dude. I mean, still, you only need that 8 hours, but sleeping for 24, you'd be set. Anyways. So,
now,
you gain 500 XP from the adventure.
Holy crap. Hi, 2nd level. Yes, come to me. Give me a hug. Hi.
Yes. That, out of all these quests, that was the one with the highest XP.
I can see that.
That was it. I was going to make it like 900, but I was like, that's too much, because that would have been 3rd level.
Yeah.
Way too much. I was like...
Hello, I give you a hug now. Bye. Good night.
So, as you wake up, it's kind of... the sun is starting to set. It's got just the slightest orange hue in the sky.
Did we?
The other 2 The other two humans are still passed out. And the other Kenku is awake, just kind of standing there.
All right, I'm just gonna like slowly push myself up and like roll over. And wait, I have a sound effect for this.
Captain!
There we go. That's what I want to say to him to like make him realize. Hi.
He just like he turns like yeah.
We're gonna die.
Look! Ah! I've seen that meme before.
I know.
Yeah, it's great. But he's just kind of staring into the darkness.
I'm just gonna like slowly like pull myself over and just like flop onto the ground beside him.
He's kind of like sitting with his legs crossed. How about that?
I'm flopped down, face down into the ground, beak burrowed into the ground, just laying there.
He kind of like breaks his gaze and just looks down at your head buried in the dirt.
Mm-hmm.
He just kind of says, I'm bored now. You want to go back inside?
You're an idiot. Like, straight up.
Like straight up. Like straight up, homie.
Straight up stupid.
Straight up downy, homie. So he says, what do we do now?
I heal. You find clerics.
So he says, I'm bored. I want to go party.
I'm gonna slap him. Like, slap his beak down.
He, well, you know what? Let's do it. Let's roll a history check to see if he can even remember this.
To remember what?
He got a 12. He doesn't remember.
Idiot.
He's sitting there concentrating hard. He's like,
What?
One more time. Okay, I'll say you done. Got a total of 14. He remembers, wait a minute. Wasn't there a quest to go to a party?
All right, fine. I'm gonna like push myself up, go find guards. I'm gonna heal these guys a bit more, and then we can hand them over to the guards to take care of.
So, are you healing them again?
Yeah. I'm gonna use one cure wounds on one person and use my doubled spell on the other person.
Okay, so when you double cast, you don't have to cast the spell immediately after. You can cast it within the same turn.
Okay, well I still want to heal one person and then heal the other person.
Okay, so in like out of combat sense, it would be like within like 10 seconds or 10 to 20 seconds of casting the first spell. You get to cast the second one for free.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll have like one hand over one person and the other hand over the other person.
Okay, so you just kind of bop, heal.
Okay, anyways.
So they both kind of, their eyes kind of open up and they're like, whoa.
By the way,
You screamed.
wait. The male human heals for 10, and the female heals for 11.
Lit. So they open their eyes and they're kind of like, whoa, I just had the craziest dream.
It wasn't a dream.
You just kind of lift up the guy's shirt. He's got a fucking scar the size of like a baseball.
I'm just gonna like lift up. I'm just gonna like point. I'm just gonna like stick my finger onto his nose and be like, "Dream, no." Not dream.
He like looks confused, and then he like feels his side. He feels a bump, and then he lifts up his shirt, and he's got this scar from before. It's about 2 to 3 inches in diameter, and it's on both sides of his body, front and back, because it went straight through.
Not dream.
He like looks shocked.
I'm gonna pull out the notebook and like real quick write a summary of what just happened so that he can like actually remember, and also say you're welcome.
He kind of looks like surprised. He's like, wow, you really healed us good. I thought we were goners there for a minute.
I'm just gonna like slowly blink like, and then I'm gonna write down in the notebook the other kid who went to get the guards so that you guys can be more patched up better by actual people who know what they're doing, like clerics or paladins.
He says that he's surprised that you're not a cleric.
I'm gonna pull out my flute and just like start playing.
You just start playing a flute. He looks super confused.
And then we're gonna write in the notebook, Bard.
He's just like, oh, okay. So the other Kenku shows up with the guards, and he just kind of points at the other Kenku, who just kind of points at the two. He just points at the other two, and the guards just kind of like, they kneel down and they're like talking to him and asking him what happened. They're just kind of questioning them.
I'm just gonna like sit there and just like be like, yeah, oofda.
Oofed. So the other Kenku just kind of says, let's go.
No, what if they need us? The guards might question us because we were involved as well.
But they're fine.
We can take the quest in a few minutes. Let the guards think if they're going to question us, they're going to question us. If not, we can leave. Child, how old are you and what is your name?
He says, oh yeah, my name is Grail, by the way.
Finally. And now I see him as like something like a Kenku that looks like a quail.
What?
A quail.
Why?
Q-A-L-A-I-L. Because he said what did he say again?
Grail.
He said grail, and I think of granite when I think of grail for some reason. And so when I think of granite and I think of birds, I think of quails because they're gray.
Okay.
My thought process is very confusing. Don't question it.
You do that.
I will.
The other Grail just kind of walks over and pats one of the guards on the shoulder. Telepathy. Says, he just kind of beams some thoughts into their heads. And they just kind of, they look at you both and they say, oh, yeah, sure, you're free to go.
I'm going to just like shrug and be like, okay, thanks. And just like start walking away without Grail because slowly parenting a child at the age of 17 is not fun.
Being a 17-year-old single mother is not fun.
Especially when he knows how to wield a gun. What do you have? A gun! No!
Wow! Going around shooting up the school.
No.
Honestly.
One sec. Here, keep going.
So, you walk back into town. You're going back to the guild hall, right?
Yeah.
So you just kind of walk through town. And as you reach the guild hall,
Let me see what you have. No!
I just imagine now, just Palms just like, no!
yes. So, as you approach the guild hall, it's packed full of people. It's packed full of adventurers from last night and a couple new faces.
Go see if the request is on the board. Oh, hey, it's time for the unexpectables.
That will have to wait.
No.
Yes. But do not watch and play at the same time.
No.
So, as you reach the guild hall and you approach do you want to end the session now or do you want to keep going?
I mean, this is how we ended the session last time, but I think it'd be better if we ended it on a high note. So let's go get the questions, the birds and flute, and let's go.
So, you go over and you look at the quest for the entertainment for the nobles. It says the reward is 1,000 gold pieces. And it says that to meet at the theater at dusk.
Good enough pay. Grab it and let's go.
You walk out of the guild hall with the slip of paper, and you look up at the sky, and you do not see the sun. It is over in the side. It is dusk. You must run.
Wait, real quick, tap a person on the shoulder. Theater. Need to go to theater. We need to go to the theater. Where?
They're really confused, and they just kind of point down the street.
I'm gonna do the Japanese clasp my hand together, bow. Thank you. Bye.
They point at a big, tall, chapel-looking building.
Run.
So that you start sprinting, and you see a couple groups of people standing outside, and they're being called in one at a time, and then they're being sent out. And it's like a bouncer. He's just kind of standing there, and he waves them in, and then he closes the door, and then they walk out, and they're disappointed.
All right, I'm gonna run up and stop in front of him. Go and then show him the bouncer, the piece of paper. And be like, I'm here.
And he opens the door and waves you in.
All right, let's go in. Make sure that Grail is following me.
Grail, he's following you close beside you. And you both walk in, and you see it's like the opening area of a theater, and it's like a talent show kind of. And there are judges, and they're kind of having a party while a talent show is going on. Yeah. And they say, next. And someone kind of hops on stage, and it's an elf with a pan flute, and he starts everything goes quiet. All the people go quiet, and they some of them sit down, and the band that was in the corner has packed up and left, and it's quiet, and they're everyone's watching. And this guy, this elven man, high elf, pulls out this pan flute, and he starts like kicking his legs up, like jumping, kicking one leg out, and then as he lands on that leg, he kicks the other one out. He just kind of does that side to side, and then he starts playing the pan flute rapidly. And they're just like, boo! They start throwing glasses and food at him. And then he's trying to play the best he can while they're throwing stuff at him. And then eventually they just like throw a glass and it hits him in the head. He's just on stage, and a couple bouncers, they come and they grab him and they just drag him off stage. Someone with a broom comes and just sweeps all the glass to the back. And then they say, next!
Anyone else? Is there like a line?
There's kind of like a backstage area. There's only like one other person back there, and he's like cowering in fear in the corner.
Alright, if there's no line and no one else is going up, then I'll go up.
So, he's holding a violin, the guy in the corner. Grail immediately snatches the violin.
I'm gonna like grab the violin from him and hand it back. And be like, no, bad.
He takes the violin still. He just kind of... So, you go on stage, right?
Yeah.
So as you walk on stage, Grail just kind of like stands a couple feet back, and he's just standing there holding this violin. And you walk to the center of the stage. Now, what are you gonna do?
One sec. There's a thing. I'm gonna send it to you. One sec. I gotta find it first. I know I have it saved. 1 second. I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna send it to you. Wait for it. Wait for it to send. Wait for it to send.
All right. This better not be too long.
Whoops. I'm going to do what Frisk is doing.
God damn it. I hate you. There's no music, by the way, so you'll just have to play your own music.
On the video?
On the what?
On the video or in the game?
In the game.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna have like the flute like attached to my beak. Like I'm gonna like hold it in my beak while I play it, and I'm gonna dance.
Oh God. So roll performance.
Roll performance at disadvantage. Oh boy, that's a 16.
So as you...
One sec, sorry. Oh. You know when you like popped your hip bone?
Yeah?
Well, I just popped my hip bone, and the way I popped it was I popped it against my leg bone.
Ouchie.
It hurts.
Okay. So, I don't know if you can dance now. So, as you begin to dance and play your flute, the people begin to kind of like watch in curiosity. And then some of them kind of chuckle and giggle. A few of them laugh. And then it starts to turn negative.
Oh.
Then they're just like, boo! And then everybody just starts booing.
I'm
A
gonna keep going for like a
couple glasses get thrown.
I don't care. I'm gonna use them to make me look sparkly
Oh god.
because I am shining.
You see Grail kind of in the background.
Shining.
He sees this happening and he walks over and he taps you on the shoulder with the strum, the thing up for the violin. He kind of sets it on your shoulder and gets you to stop.
Just dance off the the stage. Just I got this.
So you go to the other side of the stage, behind the curtain, and everything goes quiet again.
No one can be pleased.
And he asks for a chair, and someone one of the bouncers kind of passes him up a stool,
I have scoops.
and he sits on the stool.
Good scoops.
And all you hear is a nice long strum of the violin to initiate.
So good.
Hold on.
Why did I have to dance? I could have just played the flute. I have a flute. I'm proficient in it.
I'm proficient in it. I like how it wasn't your first thought.
I just realized I forgot to add my proficiency. I would have been at 18. No, it's too late.
I'm almost done. Hold on.
He's so good at music, and I'm just sitting here crying, just like, I did good.
Almost done.
I just had the greatest idea, Bryson.
What?
What? What? Now, don't take this wrong. Think of it like this. I got another spell, right? I can't use all the 2 spells yet, but I still got another spell. Don't judge, but disguise self. Eisen, but a female with her tongue cut out.
Jesus.
That would explain me not being able to speak.
Jesus fucking Christ. So you're taking disguise self?
No, that's stupid.
Oh.
That sounds mean. I'm sorry for anyone who thinks disguise self is a good spell. That was me a couple months ago. Don't worry about it.
Disguise self is kind of good.
Let's see here. Comprehend languages? Nah.
Comprehend languages. Oh my god. Now we're just choosing spells.
Sleep? Nah. Unseen maybe. Tasha's hideous laughter. No.
Oh yeah, hideous laughter. I have that spell. It's good. Well, not I, but sorry. I do that sometimes. I speak
Fairy
in the
fire.
Yes, fairy fire is good. Now play that music. Can you play it through your speaker?
Through my phone.
Can you play it so the stream can hear it?
The music that, like the video I sent you?
Or the video I sent you.
Oh. Yeah, I can do that. Oh, that's.
Quickly. They've waited long enough.
I know. 1 second, dog.
Ah! It's loud. Very loud. Turn it down.
No.
A little bit. Little. Just like turn it down. Okay.
There's
Oh
so
my god. All right, shut it off. Shut it off. All right.
Is that better?
No, it's still clipping. Please just stop it.
Is that better?
Yeah, it's good enough. So, he begins to play, and it's masterful.
Just quietly, the bard quietly crying in the corner.
The death of a bard. He's playing masterfully. And all the nobles are just kind of like sitting in awe, just watching him play. The expressions on his face change constantly. And he kind of, his whole body kind of moves with the sounds of the violin. They're completely mesmerized by his playing.
They're curious about mine.
They're all like, they've all stopped moving. They've all just watched as he plays this violin. Even the guy that was cowering in the corner, he's just kind of watching in confusion. Visible confusion. Random guy takes your violin, plays better than you. Visible confusion. But
Oh yeah, wait. I thought it was the guy in the corner. Wait, is this like the Kenku?
yes.
That makes sense because he has like a charisma of like 69.
69. Oh yeah, you blew it way out of proportion. It's only 30. What do you mean?
No, it's 69. It's a bard.
69, 420, blaze it, huh? But he just continues to play. And he just kind of like slows down. All right, stop the music. He stops, he stands up, he sets the violin down, and then he puts down like the string thing on the stool and just kind of walks to your side of the stadium or the stage. All of them begin to stand up and just clap vigorously. Some of them are whistling, some of them are cheering. They're all just clapping and cheering. And he's like,
crying.
he walks to the other side of the stage and he says, "So who's next?"
I'm just like curled up in the fetal position at this point. Just.
Oh my god. And he just kind of turns around and says, "Why are they clapping?"
Who?
Why are the people clapping?
They're nobles. Why would they clap?
What?
They're nobles. They think they're better than everybody else, so why would they clap like the rest of us?
They're clapping at the performance. And Grail is confused by the clapping.
Oh, I thought you said, why aren't they clapping? They're clapping because you did a good job.
He says, "I just randomly did stuff."
I'm gonna like pull out my card and point to my charisma and then like gesture for him to pull out his card.
He pulls out his card and he holds them side by side. He's like, "Hey, mine has a 0 in it."
Yours also has a 3 in it before the 0, so that says 30, meaning you have higher charisma than me, and that means that you will always be more charisma.
He's still confused.
just goes from like standing normally fine to just like, instead of like laying down slowly and going to the field position, no, just like jump up and curl up into the field position and just like thud.
Try not to cry a lot.
Wait, is the elven man like crying in a corner too?
What the elven
guy
man
that
that
was
was playing the pan flute, he's unconscious. He got dragged out of the theater. The guy that was sitting in the corner was a human. Was a human man with his violin.
Okay.
And all the nobles are just kind of like standing around like confused now. They're like, where's the next performance?
Just
And one of the bouncers comes and he walks up and the bouncer looks confused. He can't tell the difference between you two.
how? I'm a mockingbird. He's a crow. No, I'll get you.
He's also an idiot.
Racist.
Racist.
Yeah, by the way, Daniel.
He looks back and forth and he says, both of you, come with me.
Follow.
Follow.
Just like still crying, just follow. Just like says the word out loud, just like follow.
Yes.
He didn't say, wait, did he say follow? I don't remember already.
He didn't. He said, you two, come with me.
Coming.
Come.
Saying. Come. He didn't cry. Starts making the death.
He didn't cry.
Starts making the death sound.
Oh, God. So he says, as you two are following, he kind of like glances over his shoulder and says, the hostess would like to speak with you.
I'm just gonna like gently grab Grail's like shoulders and just like push him in front of me and keep walking.
So the bouncer kind of walks you out the side door and to a set of stairs that go to the top floor.
What did you do? I did.
So there's a balcony where the hostess was watching the performance.
Just me, like, that's like Grail, just like, I'm gonna just like make sure that the Grail's the one that gets pushed up there and just like quietly cry in the corner.
And she's wearing kind of one of those things over her face, like a veil. And she says from behind the veil, "That was a very good performance. Here's your reward." And she motions for one of the bouncers to hand him the gold. And he gets this big, heavy sack of gold.
I'm gonna make sure he has it tightly.
He grabs it with one arm and is just kind of holding it. And he's like, okay.
I'm gonna like... I don't remember if anyone said thank you. I don't think anyone has. Crap! Say thank you!
He just kind of like telepathically says, thanks.
Yeah. He did a good job. I swear I'm with him. I thought we had the dance as well as play. It was so good.
And she kind of giggles and says, well, I thought the Elven Man was pretty entertaining, honestly.
Yeah, he was awesome. It's just, I just can't. I did get passed out. I just can't play while dancing.
So she says, come play at our theater again.
Okay, we will. Right?
And she motions for one of the bouncers to lead them out. To lead you guys out. And
like, yeah, by the way, Daniel, the other king who has a plus, he has a 30 for charisma. It's like, he has a 30 for charisma.
Just burst out crying.
so you hold on. Shit. I gotta cross all these off. So 100 XP.
Oh boy! Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And we still got like the entire night to play D&D.
No, I think we'll end it off soon.
No.
Damn.
No.
Okay. So he says, well, that was fun. And as you two exit the door and the bouncer kind of whispers into the other bouncer's ear, and then they both stand in front of the door and block anybody else from getting in. They're all in an outrage as they see us walk away with our gold. They're also confused. They're like, but I've been standing here for an hour. One of them screams and tries to like throw the bouncer out of the way.
All right. You know what? I'm going to stand in the street, and instead of dancing while I play, because apparently that's a bad idea, I'm just going to like gently play the flute to like try and calm everyone down.
Performance check.
Please, I beg of you, Dice. You've been nice to me. I'll play Lupin another time, I swear. Please. Thank you.
Can you inspire yourself?
It's like immediately.
No, I wish I could, though. I got 17 plus 6, so another 23.
Dang. So you begin to play the flute, and it kind of draws some people's attentions away. And as heads start to turn, the man that was kind of like getting upset, he just kind of watches you in confusion.
Just calm down, everybody. If you want to hear bards play, there's probably some nice taverns with little stages that stupid nobles don't go to.
And the guy immediately gets mad and he says, I didn't come here to listen to music. I came here to win the damn money.
I'm sorry.
And he starts to charge at you.
Let's just take a step to the left.
Let's just take a step to the left.
Just like rams himself into a wall.
Grail immediately drops the bag of gold and whips out his gun.
Grab the bag of gold!
He whips out his gun and just like points it, and it like starts to glow.
Don't shoot!
He's just pointing it at him, and it starts to glow, and the man just kind of like stops, and he just kind of like puts his hands in the air and starts to back up.
Don't shoot! He's not a threat!
Just like immediately shoots him.
And he says, he's like one of the only ones that are terrified. He's like, the fuck?
Don't shoot. He's not a threat. He's just mad.
Hold on, someone was moving around upstairs. So he's terrified, and he puts his hands in the air. He kind of steps back. He's like, "What? What candy?
Candy?
We had fucking Reese's this whole time.
Candy?
I didn't even know we had them.
Candy? Off, I'm hot, off, get.
Anyway, so the man, he's backing up with his hands held high, and he says, I've only seen one of those once before. Had black smoke pluming off of it, and it vaporized the last guy that got shot with it.
I'm gonna step
Getting there, and Grail's eyes immediately widen.
I'm gonna step between Grail and the guy and be like, gun.
Grail kind of charges at him, grabs him by the collar and yanks him close. He says, in telepathy, he kind of just screams. The guy says, "Where did you see it before?"
I'm gonna be grabbing at Grail and trying to pull him off, glancing every so slightly every now and then at the bouncers, because that's what they're here for.
And the bouncers actually are trying to step in, and the guy quickly lets out the word Araphon before the guards push Grail away.
I'm just gonna take a step forward to see if the guy's okay.
The other guy's just a bit shaken up, but Grail is fuming.
I'm gonna Grail, no, stay. We'll take care of this in a minute. And I'm just gonna look at the guards and pull out my journal and start writing. Sorry, he just gets a little defensive of his gun. This won't happen again.
Bad boy.
No,
For fuck's sake.
Daniel, no.
And Grail kind of grabs you by the arm and he starts to walk away.
I'm gonna pull away to make sure the other guy that Grail basically attacked is okay. I'm here to help everybody, not
Grail just kind of, as you pull away and you get away, he kind of looks at you sternly and grabs you by the arm again.
I'm just gonna be the other guy. I wanna. Did you hurt him?
Grail says, "No. If I would have hurt him, he wouldn't be standing."
Okay, and is he standing right now?
I mean, he's being carried by the bouncers, but close enough.
No, not close. I'm going to go say sorry to him for your stupid behavior. Mr. I have 6 intelligence. Stupid.
Grail immediately gets angry.
I'm gonna turn away and just walk off.
Grail starts to walk the opposite direction.
I'm making sure the guy is okay before going after Grail.
So you approach the bouncers and the guy, and you can't really speak.
I'm gonna pull out my journal and be and write in it, is everything okay with him? Is he okay? I'm sorry. Are you okay? Is everything okay?
The guy kind of still looks pissed off. And he's like, "I don't need your pity."
It's not pity, it's compassion.
He just kind of brushed it off.
I actually like to save people's lives and try and not mentally scar them. Are you okay?
He says, "Yeah, I'm fine." He says, "What was up with your friend over there? Why do you get so upset when I mention a different gun?"
Honestly, I have no idea. I think he's a god or some sort. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out myself.
And then the guy says, "If he's a god, if that guy wielding the gun was a god, then the one I saw last time must have been the devil."
What do you look like?
You mean she? She was psychotic. She constantly shot people with that gun. She would knock them unconscious and then bludgeon them. Her gun was different, though. It was black. It was dark. She would constantly kill things with that gun.
I wonder if it drove her insane to use it. Because that guy, he uses it a lot himself, so I wonder if it drives them insane to not use it.
And he just kind of keeps talking and rambling. He says she eventually just left the guild party. The last place I saw her was Araphon. on a delivery mission, one of the trading missions that they give to the guild. I eventually left the guild as well. Cast out for being associated with that devil worshiper.
Can you give me a short description of her?
He says, sure. She's a medium build woman, about a half elf. She's got long red hair, and her eyes are kind of like a amber, like almost a gold. And she has a hell of a kick.
Thank you. I'll try and see if I can find her and take that gun out of her possession.
And as you turn around, Grail is nowhere to be seen.
I'm gonna try and just like follow where I assume he would have gone, which is back to the guild hall. That's really the first place I'll check.
So you start walking back to the guild hall, and once you reach the guild hall, it's kind of quieted down from then. It's kind of late. Some people are going home, going on quests, stuff like that. And you see Grail standing at the bounty board holding a quest trooper.
I'm gonna walk over and like look at before I like make him notice I'm there. I'm gonna look at what he's reading.
It's quest number 5, security detail for a convoy of goods. And you see the location of this convoy. It's heading to the neighboring city of Arifon.
I'm gonna tap him on the shoulder and just like nod. She's there.
And then he kind of looks at you, telepathically says, then we need to go.
In the morning, we need to rest first. Like actually get a better rest than sleeping for a day on the ground.
He kind of reluctantly agrees. He sighs and then lays back down on a bench.
I'm gonna like tap on his shoulder. Did you grab the gold?
His eyes kind of widen.
You're kidding.
And he looks up and he says, well, I guess there's one happy guy out there today.
I guess. I'm gonna like grab his arm and like drag him over to the lady. And then I'm gonna like how to do this.
And Grail says, here, let me help. And he just kind of like concentrates. You're now telepathically connected to the cleric.
Are there bedrooms that we could rent out for night?
And he says, or not she, the cleric, the lady says, yes, there's an inn just across the street.
Thank you. We need it at this point, considering I haven't gotten a good night's sleep in 3 days. And problems. All right, let's go. Thank you.
Yeah. Whenever Grail talks normally, just assume he's talking telepathically.
Okay.
He's too stupid to remember words.
Yeah, he's too stupid to remember how to use his voice box.
Yeah.
Whenever he tries to use it, it just comes out as babbling.
Whenever he tries to talk, just dust comes out.
How does he...
But yeah, so you go across the street and it's kind of like a tavern inn. And there's bigger party over here than there was over there. Half the adventurers that were over there are now over here partying.
Oh no. I'm just gonna like go up to like the bar and be like, first off, I need to talk to him. The bartender. I need to talk to him.
So Grail concentrates again. Boom. You are connected.
Alright, is he looking my direction?
Yes. He's serving a drink to someone that was next to you.
Alright, I'm just gonna like wave him over like, okay, look to your, would it be right or left?
His right.
Alright, look to your right. I need some help. I don't question why you hear me in your mind. Don't ask.
He's just kind of confused, but he just kind of shrugs it off. And he says out loud, "What do you need?"
First off, what's the drinking age?
He looks confused.
Is there an age that young folk can't drink at or under that age?
He just kind of looks confused and just kind of rolls his eyes and says, "Well, I'm not serving to no toddler, if that's what you're asking. And
No.
if you need a drink, pay up and I'll get you a drink."
Alright. Can I have like a tiny amount of like maybe like a sip of wine and then a room to go to bed?
He looks confused and says, "All right." He pours wine into a shot glass.
How full?
All the way full. You don't fill up a shot glass halfway.
I'm gonna drink half of it and then pass it back.
You drink half of a shot glass of wine and pass it back. He looks like he's super confused. He just kind of downs the rest of it. And he's like, "That'll be 2 gold."
Yeah, I don't drink often. I'm gonna slide over in the gold. I don't drink often and I don't like to drink, so.
He says, "A room will be about 10 gold pieces a night."
I'm just gonna like let out a sigh and slide over more than half of my money. Cause
And,
they're expensive. I have 2 gold pieces.
so Grail just kind of like still looking around like a child.
Can I like grab Grail's like shoulder and just like lead him and then go to bed?
And he says, the bartender says, "Hey, wait, you forgot your key."
Grab the key, go back.
He hands you a key with the number 23 on it.
Go to room 23.
The
Go.
odd thing is, the rooms are numbered wrong. So all the rooms it goes 1, 5, 8, 2, and then 23.
Room 23.
And then room 23 at the very end. And then you can see across the hall, or like across directly behind you, the door on the other side of the hallway has 23 and a half.
The hell? I'm gonna look at my key again.
It says 23.
Well, look at the door and then look at my key again. Just.
They are the same.
And then I will look at 23 and a half, then look at 23, then look at my key, then look at 23 and a half, then look at my key and 23.
Wait, what?
Just look at the key. Look at 23 and a half. Look at 23. Look at my key. Look at 23 again. Look at my key. Look at 23 and a half. Continue to just what? Wait. The heck?
It's like confused, just says, "Are you gonna open the door?"
I'm gonna tap him on the shoulder and then point to the number on the key and then like point to the 23 and 23 and a half and be like, "What is this?"
He just kind of looks at 23, looks at 23 and a half, and looks at the key. He looks back at you and says, "So are you gonna open the door?"
Can you read?
Yeah.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
What does this say?
I don't know.
Just
I can read, not count, okay?
I'm gonna pull out the notebook and then write down before opening the door, I'm gonna write down the numbers in the notebook. 1 through 100 on the notebook. And I'll point to like 67. What does that say?
Uh, 6.
Very good. What's the next number?
5.
No. I'm teaching you to count in the morning. Let's go to bed. Open the
So
door.
you open the
Walk
door.
on the nearest bed.
So you open the door, and there's only one bed.
Push him in and go to the other side of the hall and try and open that door.
You try and open 2 and 23 and a half, and it opens.
Is there anybody inside?
No, but there's half of a bed in there.
I'm just gonna make sure that.
And it's not cut down the middle either. It's cut from the side.
No.
It's just like the legs. It's kind of tilting because it's half a bed.
Why did they do this? I'm just gonna close the door, make sure it's locked, and then go flop on the bed as I slowly slide down it and just go to sleep.
So you're sleeping in 23 and a half
I'm sleeping
on this half
23 and a half.
slice. On this half slice.
Just, you know what? I'm not sleeping in a bed with another Kenku until I'm married. Goodbye.
Until I'm married. Goodbye. Oh,
This works.
that's great.
Whatever. Fighting. Ow.
Long rest it is. I think that'll be the end of the session, don't you think?
Yes, bedtime. Good night. I'm going to bed right here.
I'm gonna go. I take a nap. You gonna take a nap? I take a nap right here. Okay. Good night. Good night.
One sec. Can bring that up.
Oh God. So we're playing tomorrow night too.
You want to go home now? Why don't you want to take in the water?
I'm taking a nap.
You want to take a nap?
I'm taking a nap.
Okay. Good night.
Good night.
Right. Right.
Oh my God. Yeah.
We gotta think of a title.
Are we still streaming, by the way?
The difference between flutes and violins.
Just put musical prowess.
Charisma sucks.
Charismatic. Charismatic gap.
We gotta think of a good one that stands out. That's really good. Why are the birds so charismatic? No.
Just put musical birds.
No. Wait. I'm gonna put down bird plus violin equals music. Good.
All right, that works.
Bird plus instrument equals good music. All right.
So are we playing tomorrow night too?
I don't think I can.
All right.
All right. Night.
See ya.